Wasn't it? The last time I saw.
Chelsea won 1. Oh, I was going to say it was nearly the last I saw. Chelsea won 1-0, back to 86 minute.
Ah, there we go.
The ones that are currently live, because the Chelsea one and the other. Oh, Leipzig beat Zenit.
Leipzig aren't such a bad side, though, are they, to be fair?
It's Red Bull. It was the other Red Bull team, even though neither of them were owned by Red Bull.
Are they not?
Not in any words. Because Red Bull's not actually allowed to own a football team. However, their directors can.
How very strange. Politics behind foosball, eh?
I would also like to say that the volume is working.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't turned my volume down on the computer, and I just hear myself burst.
Thank the Lord and the donkey you rode in on for that, bad boy.
Well, I didn't hear you speak, but you know.
Well, I gather I'm in there. Gather. Oh, might be because it's up here.
I didn't actually check to see if you were speaking.
Yeah, it will be. It's just that my mic was was up high. Let's have a look. Yep, Snowball's working fine. So I need to get that one back. Okie dokie. Yo, how's it going, Jakey? Welcome to the stream. I'll be there for you. Have you finished racing Dion, have you, sweetheart? Are you okay? Are you tired? Hey, are you in pain again, babe? You alright? Sure? You're off your tits, that's how I looked, innit? Hey? You sure you're alright, bud? I gather you are, because you didn't mention anything. Sure? Okay. As long as you are. Get off my face, you bastard. Alright. Yo, how's it going, Flat Space? Welcome to the stream, dude. How's tricks, buddy? We are at week 12. Chewy and Jakey, or Jakey and Chewy, talk das Fußball. Winner, chicken dinner. Where am I? I'll be there for you. Just trying to,
Singing one line of the Friends.
It's because it's on. It's because it's on behind me, mate. And that is the yeah. I'm good, bud. Happy days. Wait, have you got internet now, then, Flatty, or are you elsewhere, bud? Are you elsewhere? That is the big question. Where are you, Flatty? Where are you? And we got another watcher on the old as well. So I am in a Arsenal hoodie tonight, Jakey. It's just a little bit chillier at M's this time of year. I mean, the woolly hat is completely unnecessary. It's because I've had a shower. Because obviously I played football tonight myself. So yeah, I had a shower and my hair was all over the place. So my hat is currently drying my hair down into a nice slick old man style. I am balding, by the way, Jakey. I do not think it's...
Like,
I don't.
Mine's going back quite a bit as well. I mean, you can see the haircut.
Yeah, mate, it's bad, isn't it? I mean, how old are you?
I'm 22.
God, you have got a bit of receding going on there, but Lukey's receded quite a bit, isn't he?
Yeah. It looks
No, I'm
worse
on my
when
phone
it's,
and that. On Monday, mate. Oh, nice. Flatty's got internet on Monday. Yeah, you are. I've never noticed it about you, Jakey. I suppose it's because I know you're young, and I suppose I don't bother looking.
Mm.
But mine's bad, man. Like, I don't think it's going to be long, and I'm just going to have to fucking bite the bullet and just lop it off. M doesn't want me to, though, do you, Bubba? She doesn't want me to, so I don't know. I'm just going to... Maybe I'll just have to grow it really, really long, like Hulk Hogan. But M don't want me to do that either, do you, M? I've just got no win in here. Hey, how's it going, Flawless? Welcome to the stream, dude. How you doing, bud?
As you can see, we're already talking lots about football.
Yeah, well, this is what happens with us, Jakey, is we literally digress. I don't know how much.
I mean, we're not even talking about sport here.
We're talking about both of us receding like little bitches. As if, I mean, luckily it doesn't bother me.
Doesn't really bother me either.
Nah,
I think
you know,
what's more
what will be
worrying
will
is
be.
when I run my hand through my hair and there's like a whole chunk of hair on my hand. I'm like, all right, okay, well.
Do you want to watch that? What the fuck? That's madness. Well, yeah. So
It's like
I'm
that
with
when
you
it's
though,
long.
Jakey.
Now it's like well, when it's short, it doesn't really go. You don't see your hair literally everywhere and whatnot.
Fair enough, mate. I see you in your United shirt. I am wearing my Arsenal hoodie with pride,
Yeah.
no matter what. Yeah, this is an Arsenal hoodie.
I think this is the first time I've ever United shot
I
for a
think it.
Wednesday in a few weeks.
I think it might be for a few weeks for sure,
Yeah,
mate.
just just not. I've had the Torquay shot on a couple of times. We
Tend to.
played.
I'm good, thanks. Hope you two and Emma well. Em's okay, mate, but she's had to take codeine tonight, so she's a little bit uncomfortable again, isn't you, Bubba? Worrying
Good.
me, not worrying me so much. It's more annoying me, you know. Like I just wish it would get sorted. Is everything alright, bub? Has he been seen? Got to have an op, has he? I suppose it's that big, I guess. Sorry, guys. And M's pops is in the hospital at the moment as well. So, right. That's less talking of nonsense. Let's get on with this. Week 12, VAR needs work. Right. Before I say anything, I am going to pop this next scene up. I got to be honest, Jakey. I'm not. The next scene obviously says I'm losing faith now. Now that's not losing faith, or the prospect or the idea of VAR. That's losing faith with the fact that we are now getting decisions that are not being overturned or corrected for what I feel is now. Obviously, these two pictures are from the two live games that I've personally watched. Now, apparently, there's been quite a damn few this weekend. I don't know if you've had
I
time to look
went
into the
back and
others. You've had a look at me, mate.
whilst whilst I was on earlier, I was having a read. Oh well, read. So I was watching.
There you go, babe.
Basically all the Saturday games.
There you go. Sorry, babe. Natural habit. I'm getting told off. Sorry, guys. Go for it. Sorry, Jakey. What were you saying, mate?
Yeah, I've rewatched the Saturday games to see which ones they were.
Because I think
That I thought.
didn't Spurs have an issue or something?
Well, so Spurs had two.
And do you feel that they were overturned or correctly decided in the end, or no?
One was correctly decided. I feel so Spurs' goal. It was like here on his shoulder.
Oh, what? So it's
So
been overturned from a handball, right?
the goal was given,
Okay.
and then it wasn't overturned. So I feel that was right because I think it was his shoulder, not his arm.
Okay, and then you feel there's one that.
And then so Wolves should have had a penalty,
And it wasn't given.
and it wasn't given.
Right. So this I now lead on to, mate. Why? Like I feel now, right, that we are losing the point of VAR. So if I just quickly go with the two games that I personally watched, which is obviously Liverpool versus Man United. Now I know that you may disagree with what I'm going to say on this one, and Arsenal and Sheffield United. Now let's start with the Man United and Liverpool one, just purely because that was the first game this weekend that I personally saw. Now, as you can see from this picture, that's Lindelof on Origi. Okay. Now, I am not going to dispute in any way, shape, or form that this is not a soft foul, because it is a soft foul. However, it's still a foul. Right, now, VAR checked this, and they didn't overturn it. Now, I feel that the other one that Liverpool scored, I feel the one that Liverpool, Big Sket, bro, this is a boomer. Sorry, mate. How you doing, Big Sket? Bye, Big Sket. I feel the one that was overturned from Mane is also soft. So you can see where I'm going with this, right? So Mane's one was soft. Yeah, it has glanced his arm. I'm not disputing that. It's soft, but it's still handball and still should be ruled out. Okay.
I think on the Mane one, the hand did help him control the ball.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
It definitely helped. down.
Although it is only a slight glance,
Yeah.
it is. You could probably say it's soft. Yeah. Now this one here, look, I'm not disputing either that the guy's gone down and he's held completely the wrong fucking leg.
That's what I was
Right?
gonna say. Might not help his cause that he rolled
No,
around.
he's
in
rolled
the
around
wrong leg.
holding the wrong fucking leg, right? So he's made a meal of it anyway, which I totally get. Yeah, that's not on. That's wrong. I don't like that sort of nonsense.
Yeah.
Drogba brought this in with forwards because he was such a big guy, but such a fangita, right? But
In my eyes, it's probably completely biased eyes, but the touch on his leg somehow managed to stop his other leg from moving, because it was his other leg that he was about to stand.
Yeah.
And then that one suddenly was not able to stand on the floor.
I totally agree
That's
with you,
why
100%, mate. I'm not disputing that it's soft.
I mean, I'm not saying he made contact.
Yeah,
He made contact. I can't deny that.
I'm not denying it's soft, but we've got to agree that that's a foul, haven't we? Would you agree? I know you don't want. I know you don't want to.
I personally, if it was round the other way, I would have still probably said it's not a foul. I can say that because that's what happened in this game.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It might be the slight biasness of Jakey.
If it was the other way round, I probably wouldn't say it was a foul.
I mean, we have got Monkey here in the chat that is saying very soft, but a foul. Now he is a Man United fan. Now look, right?
Said foul as well.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not soft. What I'm saying is we have VAR to overturn things like this that are soft, but still impeding play. And Man United did score from this particular point of play, didn't they? They still had a lot to do, mate. That didn't cause the goal. I'm not disputing that. That didn't cause the goal.
That's what caused Man United to gain possession, which then caused the goal.
Exactly.
Is why it was checked back on.
Right, so this isn't a major biggie for me, right? I'm not really bothered that it wasn't given or that it was given. And I think the other way around, if I would say this was Man United versus Arsenal and Lindelof has done that to an Arsenal player, I would also be sat here now saying, well, it is still a foul, although it is very soft. But I'm not annoyed at the fact that Man United scored the goal. I'm not annoyed about that. What I am annoyed about is the fact that VAR have reviewed this and not overturned it. That's what I'm annoyed about, because we're supposed to be we've brought this technology in to get it right. But if you're going to get it, regardless of it being soft, it's still an incorrect decision. I know that obviously you're looking at it from your side of it, and I do understand where you're coming from, mate. Like, look, if there was no VAR involved, I would have said, that would be really soft to give that as a foul. But
I think on the VAR front, it's something that I think shouldn't be a case. And it's the clear and obvious mistake.
Yeah, I don't like this, mate.
Because technically, it's not a clear and obvious mistake from the referee because it's not a clear and obvious foul.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And this is this was a case that was brought on. I was watching Sky Sports News, and they had Dermot Gallagher, who's an ex-referee, and he said for him personally it was a foul, but because it wasn't a clear and obvious error, then it wasn't. That's why it wasn't given. That's why it wasn't overturned. Which is for me is confusing.
And it's nonsense, isn't it? Like,
I think for my eyes, the clear and obvious, it really needs to be. This is where the referee should be looking at those screens.
Exactly.
What everyone's been saying, and we already read up earlier on.
Yeah.
The Premier League has sort of told them they're not allowed to look at the screens because apparently it slows up the game too much.
Which is bollocks.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've got to agree with you there, mate. I think this clear and obvious mistake is completely and utterly nonsense, and this is where now I'm starting to lose faith in VAR, because I think VAR should be here. I just don't think it's been implemented properly. I know that it's a learning curve, but I still feel we're getting results the wrong way, or we're getting not necessarily results, but we're getting decisions given the wrong way because of this clear and obvious mistake nonsense. It's as simple as this. Is that a foul or is it not? And that's on the ref. He obviously hasn't seen that because of, obviously, he's probably turned his back.
the referee was actually looking directly at this, so he would have seen this, and for him, we probably wouldn't notice the contact.
Yeah. So I think if he goes
But
to the
for
screen,
him,
mate.
he's seen that and thought, no, that's not a foul.
Yeah. And if he goes to the
If he
screen,
had,
mate, and he decides, no, that's still too soft to be a foul, then I'm happy with that.
yeah,
The referee is there to referee a game, but I still feel that the referee is the one that should be looking at this. I know that slows the game up, and I know that somebody else back in a TV screen has probably got a better view of it. But the whole point of the VAR is that they can do it from so many different angles. Just give the fucking ref the screen on the pitch. He can then
that's
have a
why it
look at
works
it.
so well at like the World Cups and stuff. Is
Exactly.
because the referee could come over, look at it, and think, oh,
Exactly, mate.
yeah, actually, that was a foul.
He can then go and look at it and decide himself. He's the one refereeing that game. If he then decides that's no foul, then there's no quarrels. Nobody would be talking about this if he looked at that screen. Because he would.
Be,
well, they probably would be, but he would still be deeming that not a foul.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that is reffing that game, and he is the one that's decided that that is not a foul. I would be sat here now, more understanding of the fact that he's then said, right, that's not a foul.
Yeah.
And I would be sat here happy about it. The problem is somebody else has decided, like you say, that that's not a clear and obvious mistake. Well, what is a clear and obvious mistake? Because it's still a foul, regardless of whether it... Well, I say it's still a foul. Obviously, it's up for debate, isn't it? But
I suppose the clear and obvious mistake would be, say, Lindelof come in and scissor tackled his leg or something.
So,
and the referees thought, oh, hang on, I don't think he's made the contact there, but then it's gone through.
So, okay. Let's with that clear and obvious idea then, let's move on to our next picture, which is Sheffield United versus Arsenal, right? Now, this is after about 15 minutes, mate, right? Just taking a corner. Socrates is, as you can see from there, he's made his run. Now, I'm not being funny, mate. If this was screens and in the World Cup,
oh, it definitely would have
been a fucking penalty.
They would have given everything like this.
And do you know what really pisses me off of this, mate?
Possibly where VAR should have overturned it, because the referee can never have a clear angle of a corner.
Nah. And do you know what really pisses me off about this, mate? It's not the fact that it's Arsenal. I'm not, you know, at the end of the day, Sheffield United were by far the better team. We were fucking trash, right? But at 15 minutes, 0-0, we put that penalty in, mate. It's a completely different game, right? However, anywhere else on the pitch, mate, referees are told these days, any sort of pull on a shirt is a yellow card. It's a bookable offence. Yeah. Right? So why is it different in this situation where Socrates... mate, the guy's nearly pulled the shirt off the fucking back of him.
Yeah,
when you watch it in slow-mo, mate, it's fucking horrendous.
In fairness, actually, if you say... Well, it wasn't seen anyway, but... was it the Man United game? Van Dijk nearly had Rashford's shirt all the way off him.
Yeah, and this is the thing though, mate, is in the World Cup, both of those decisions would have been given.
It wasn't a penalty one; it was outside the area, so it wouldn't have been
right, okay.
VAR at all,
so it would have been picked up.
And Rashford come away with the ball.
But I tell you what, mate, I think. Look, I'm all for a little bit of contact and stuff like that, but when you're pulling shirts in the area from a corner, which, to be fair, mate, in the Premier League this year is happening a lot. It's happening a hell of a lot. This isn't the first instance.
With shirt pulling, it can be deemed a different way. So sometimes you can pull a shirt, but he's not actually fouling them. Whereas this instance, he is fouling them. He's pulling his body.
Yeah, he's pulling him all the way back, isn't he?
Sometimes you see them pull the shirt, but it doesn't actually impede anything.
Yeah. So like if he was stood close, the problem is, mate, is how far away he is.
Yeah, and
if he was closer,
it's fairly obvious how far he's actually pulled him right in.
Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah,
can't head the ball.
He's made it look dramatic. I'm not disputing that. It is very dramatic what Socrates does after that. He literally flays his arms back, mate, and the ball hits him in the fucking side of the head, I think. But
I think it did affect his ability to head the ball the way he pulled him back. He was never going to be able to get a header off the goal.
He would have slowed him down.
In that instance, for me, that would be a foul, and that, as you say, a penalty.
This isn't the only one that we had in this game, believe it or not. I don't know if you saw the Buyaka Saka one, whereby it wasn't even where he run through.
I felt that one went right, in my eyes.
I'm not disputing it's not right, but what I'm trying to say is there is contact, but it is soft. It is a soft penalty. I believe too that one's right. I do believe.
From what I watched, I felt like he was going down before the
Yeah,
contact.
I think that one's right. I do agree with that one, mate. I don't think that one should have been given. So this isn't me being
Well,
biased.
the yellow card on my eyes was harsh,
I
but
thought it was harsh because there was contact. However,
yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
think the
think the
penalty should have
VAR
gone
could
down.
have. I don't think the VAR can overturn the yellow card, so it didn't really matter on that
No,
instance. That it couldn't change anything.
the t-shirt pull there is ridiculous, but in general, slow-mo does make everything look worse. To be fair, Flawless, like I watched it live time,
I
mate,
was gonna
and I
say
was screaming like, "Oh my god, that's a penalty!" And
when I watched the highlights, I spotted it as well, and I
it
thought, hang
it
on a sec. And then it
it
showed it in
was
slow mo, and I'm like, okay, he's definitely pulled him back.
yeah, like it is so obvious, mate. It's unreal because, like, as you can see there, mate, he's a good arm length away from him, and he has his shirt the whole move, like the whole instance of him, like literally that's at the point of Socrates starting to run, and he grips
Yeah,
his shirt, and he has hold of his shirt right up until Socrates jumps, then lets go of it,
yeah.
which has obviously then made Socrates completely misjudge the header. Admittedly, he's flayed his arms back, and it looks worse. See if you can find it quickly
Well, you
on
type
YouTube or
in
something.
Prem. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it?
It's pretty
Should be
bad.
on the Sky Sports football channel.
I mean, we didn't deserve to get
It's
anything out of the game.
game
I'm not.
set fires blades to victory is the video title. Oh, hang on. Give me a sec.
It's we didn't deserve to get anything out of the game. I'm not disputing that, but my point is I saw two live games, and
Yeah,
in my opinion, there was two VAR decisions that weren't correctly overturned, and that's where I'm losing faith in how it's being implemented, because I still feel that the referee needs to look at this, because if he gets his shirt pulled in the middle of the park like that, number 12, I don't know who number 12 is, but number 12's getting booked. There's no two ways about it, because that's what
number
the
12
rule is.
Lundstram.
It might be Lundstrom, mate. I'm not sure, mate. I don't know
I
Sheffield
don't know
United
that.
players too much. I don't know who it was. I had it muted.
From the other games, I don't think there was anything else I would have said no to. I think all the others, in my
Oh,
eyes, were right.
they were right, yeah.
In my eyes, let's face it, I could be wrong, but so in the Aston Villa Brighton, Aston Villa had their original equaliser disallowed. I felt it was a foul on the keeper. Basically, the attacker backed into the keeper as he was about to catch it,
Well, that's a foul.
and then exactly in my eyes, I thought that a lot of people
You
were
can't back
iffy.
in. You can't back into a
Yeah.
goalkeeper. Like if you touch a goalkeeper, goalkeepers have been protected for years. Years.
Yeah.
I don't agree that goalkeepers should be protected, because at the end of the day they should be manhandled just as much. If
Yeah.
you're allowed to pull shirts like that in the box, then you're allowed to back into a goalkeeper.
So it was. So
But you're in
the keeper was reaching over the striker, and the striker was backing into him, which caused the keeper to then drop the ball.
This is the biggest problem, because what you've got to remember is a goalkeeper. If that happens when you're trying to head the ball, it's not a foul. But the problem is a goalkeeper is allowed to legally use his hands. So by backing into a goalkeeper, are you impeding the goalkeeper from playing? Yes, you are.
Well,
so it's a foul.
Wolves had 2 goals disallowed, which in my eyes were rightly disallowed, both from Jimenez. I think one of them was. I think they were both handball. I can't remember now. And they had a penalty which apparently was quite controversial. In my eyes, it was a penalty.
Right.
As I said, yeah.
So it is only the two. Well, the Sunday game and the Monday game that you're.
I was saying the Tottenham one.
Oh yes, and the Tottenham one, yeah. You're saying
and then there was another one in the Burnley game.
Oh yeah, this is one that Flawless has just mentioned.
This is the one that a lot of people were, in my eye. So what's happened is the ball's come through. It's sort of trickling in.
Have you got a video, Jakey?
Yeah. Give me a sec. I'll post a. Well, I don't know if it actually puts the link in, but that's the web address.
Where have you put that to, mate?
In the YouTube chat.
It's not come through yet. I should be able.
It's literally, if you go on to, well, it's on Sky Sports Football, and it's well, it's the highlights of the game. It's like a 3-minute video. I find it, if you type in Premier League into Google and you click the matches, you can see all the little highlights. That's what I usually do.
I've gone to the wrong bloody one.
Oh, hang on. Give me a sec. Let me send it to you on Facebook.
Sorry, mate. I've gone onto Sky Sports Football now. So Sky Sports Football, and then where do you go, mate?
Let me have a quick look.
Videos.
And you want it says Tielemans is the name in the video. Where is it?
Tielemans.
Quite far down. Alright, so it is it's 4 days ago.
4 days, okay, 4 days. Aha, Leicester, yeah. Oh no, that's
Leicester.
That's post match.
You might need to come a bit further, a bit further down.
I see him.
Yeah, and it's one of the last clips. It's probably about let me see.
Big money signing, bringing him home. Someone signed fucking Serge Gnabry. It's just a video that's popped up on the side of my phone.
2:05, 2 minutes 5. Try from there. I think that's just the last clip of the
2 minutes.
Leicester goal.
2
It
minutes.
shows the last clip, last bit of the Leicester's goal.
Yeah. So Tillmans has just put the rocket in. That's a great goal, by the way.
Ugh, good finish.
It's a great finish. I scored a bit like that tonight, actually, but in a goal like 3 times as small.
But in my eyes for it, so the ball's, he shot it, Kasper Schmeichel saved it, but it's bounced on his foot again, and it was trickling in. He was watching the ball, he wasn't watching Johnny Evans, but he's accidentally clipped his heel, but in my eyes it stopped Johnny Evans being able to clear it.
Right, so was this goal disallowed then, was it?
So this was disallowed, yeah. This were VAR disallowed it.
Mate, I agree with that.
Yeah. This one was like one of the most controversial ones. A lot of people were like, well, he's not meant to, but in my eyes, even though he's not meant to, he still has.
The thing is if you slip and wipe someone out, that's still a foul.
Yeah.
So wait, did this goal not get overturned?
This goal was overturned, yeah.
Oh, it was. It still finished 2-1.
It finished 2-1, yeah.
Oh, to Leicester, yeah.
Yeah. This would have been the equaliser. It was like really late on.
Let me see this again.
It shows that the replay from behind the goal is probably the one that's like you can definitely see it on. But
yeah, I have to say, mate, I agree. I think that should be overturned because Johnny Evans cannot clear that ball or even attempt to clear that ball. I didn't notice it in real time, if I'm honest.
You can't really see it 'cause it's ran the other way, but he's definitely
didn't
caught
see
his
it
boot,
in real time. Let me
and
just
it
go
stopped
back.
him definitely being able to. Because in real time, it looks like John Evans has just fallen over.
Right, let's have a look. See, I didn't clock it at all in real time.
It looks like he's just fallen over trying to clear it.
Thing is, as well, mate, is he stopped dead. He knew, didn't he? He knew he clipped him.
I think it was that, and yeah, must have.
He stopped dead, mate, in his celebration. Like he wheels off and then stops dead and was like, "Shit, I'm gonna get fucked for this."
He's probably thinking, "Am I? Has he done it? What's he doing?" And he's checking the replay. But yeah, in my eyes, he's clipped his ankles.
I think I agree with that one. I think that should have been overturned. I mean, you know, Johnny Evans cannot. I agree. Well, I don't know. Let me watch it again, Flawless, because I think that he can.
Yeah, it's clipped. But as if Evans again, I reckon he could have. If the foot that ended up
Let me just slow this down on my side.
Got slightly clipped. I reckon he could have swung, and it's a case of whether he would have or not. And I think they're looking at it as that foul's definitely stopped him from being able to. And in my eye, I feel like he could have. If he'd swung his foot round, I reckon he would have been able to reach the ball at the point of contact where it was.
I'm not sure. I see where Monkey's going with it. I do see where Monkey's going with it.
But I think they're putting it up for the foul before.
Do you know what, right? At the point of when he clips his heel, I think there is a good chance that if he swings his leg at that, there is every opportunity that he can fucking rifle that away. I'm just looking at the distance here. Obviously, I'm looking at this in like the real-time sort of aspect. And I think at that stride, at the point he clips his heel, I think that he has got a chance to possibly hook that away. I'm not saying he could, I'm not saying he would, but I think that he probably could. So I do see what Monkey's saying.
I think he can.
I think he can.
Just
I think that one's correct. I think that should have been. I think that should have been overturned. I think that's a foul. I do.
Yes.
Again, soft, and I didn't see it in real time.
But that's then what VAR's there for, isn't it? Is to stop it. So if you can't see something in the first instance.
Well, you say that. Look at this shirt, Paul.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, here's where I stopped it.
You showed me on
Facebook.
Yeah, so you've stopped it on the replay. I stopped it on the other side, and even on the other.
Yeah.
I think he can, mate. I think he can. I think you're right.
I think Evans was lining up to, whether he was going to or not, is a different question. But I think the reason it was disallowed was because there was no chance of him actually being able to because of the foul.
Yeah, but in real time, I think Evans will have that fast.
I don't think Evans will have that fast of a reaction time.
I do understand what you're saying, Monkey. I think the problem is because obviously the clip has happened, you will never ever know. I do agree.
Yeah.
I do agree with what Monkey's saying, mate. The ball's travelling at some speed. I think he probably gets a toe to it and puts it in his own net anyway. But the fact is if he can get contact on it, it could go anywhere. And I think he probably could get some sort of contact on it, regardless of whether it ends up in his own net or not. You don't know. And that's the problem. He has impeded him defending that goal.
I think that's why it was disallowed, was because there was no chance for him to be able to defend it.
And that I think that is rightly so. I agree. I do actually agree with that one. So, what was the Spurs one, mate?
The Spurs was.
Is that in the highlights as well?
Was it? I didn't watch the highlights. You can have a look at it. I didn't watch the highlights because I remembered them because they were quite obvious.
Spurs.
I didn't.
Oh, god damn it, that's not the highlights, that's Pochettino fucking moaning.
Do you want some Champions League scores? Half time, pretty much.
Yeah, go for it.
Barca 1-0.
Who are they playing?
Messi in the 3rd minute against Slavia Prague. They're away. Red Bull Salzburg is 1-0 with Napoli. That 19-year-old has scored again. Scored a penalty.
He's decent.
Liverpool are beating Genk 1-0. Oxlade-Chamberlain in the 2nd minute. Inter Milan are beating Dortmund 1-0. Valencia and Lille is 0-0. And Benfica are beating Lyon 1-0. Considering, what was it, 3 of these...
That's a great goal from Watford, by the way.
Oh yeah, good finish.
what a ball as well. Who was that? Who's that that's whipped that in? Is it Holebas?
I can't remember. Let me have a look. Decore scored.
He's got to get booked there, surely. That Danny Rose. Oh, fuck off. Ain't a penalty, man.
Which one was that?
Danny Rose fucking falling over like a little Fruit Loop.
Oh, yeah.
That's no penalty. He should be getting booked there. Oh, that's a penalty, though. Or is it? That's a penalty. That's a challenge from behind.
Jan Matt.
Jan Matt, was it? Hang on a minute
Jan
now.
Matt.
Hang on a minute now.
Is this the Watford one?
That's a penalty. He's not even got the ball. Do they give it? Please tell me he gives a penalty on this.
Is it the one where I
The
think
court,
Vertonghen took out
Delafeu, Vertonghen's.
Yeah.
Do they get a penalty for that?
No.
What?
That's the one. That's it. Yeah.
How?
I don't know. That's where the clear. So the Man United one is quite obvious. You know,
Mate, that is clear and obvious. There's no contact from the ball. He's challenged him from behind. There's no contact with the ball. That's a fucking penalty. Oh my god, mate. That has actually fucking baffled my head. I am really baffled by...
well, you leave it a minute and you'll see the goal. In my eyes, I feel like it come off his shoulder, but...
Is this one that was disallowed for Spurs, though?
No, this was allowed.
Mate, they should have had a penalty. I don't give a shit. They should have had a penalty.
That was definitely a penalty. I don't know. He's literally fouled him 3 times.
It's from behind, and he's not made contact with the ball.
He's hooked his leg.
It's a fuck yeah, because he's gone for the ball, but he's completely missed it. That is a penalty.
He's hooked his leg, and he's actually.
Mate, that's more daylight penalty, or as daylight penalty as the fucking Arsenal one.
I think
it's a penalty.
It's more, in my eyes,
I think it's way more, mate, because that's off his chest, isn't it?
It's actually off his shoulder.
Oh, I see. I need that slowed down.
It's a very close one.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. They don't show it from a different angle. They only show it from the same angle.
I know. That one angle is quite a hard one to judge on it.
I mean, off that angle, mate, like, the second time I saw it, looked to me like it probably was handball.
The angle I saw on Match of the Day was a different one.
Did they swap it around?
It
looked more shoulder, did it?
It looked way more shoulder, and they actually said it shoulders.
That one that I've looked at twice there looks like it's his bicep. Now that is handball, but as I say, without a couple angles, I can't make a executive decision. But from what I've just seen, that doesn't look like it should have stood. So Spurs, I mean, that's a penalty though. That is a daylight penalty.
100%
100% penalty.
I don't know how it wasn't given.
Does anybody else agree with that? It deflected off him, so he had to adjust and react. I just don't see it, to be honest. That's just my opinion. But yeah, VAR is correct nonetheless. Is that for the Evans one? Is that Monkey's on about?
It deflected off him, so he had to adjust and react. I just don't see it, to be honest, in my opinion. But yeah, VAR. Is he talking about Dele Alli?
I don't know. Which one are you talking about, Monks? Because obviously the ball deflected off of Woods as well, didn't it? I presume he's talking about the Dele Alli one. I mean, the Dele Alli one, I think would be more unfortunate to have it scrubbed off than the blatant fucking penalty that should have been given.
But that one, the Dele Alli one definitely wasn't a clear and obvious. I mean, it's hard to see.
Oh, Monkey's on about the Evans one still. But what's your thought process on the Spurs game, Monkey? Have you got any opinion on that? I mean, I don't think I've seen a more obvious fucking penalty in the Premier League this season. That's a fucking...
the chat. We were looking at another highlight.
Yeah, we was watching another highlight, Monks. I'm sorry, bud. I'm sorry, mate. Will you ever forgive me?
I don't think he will.
No, he won't. To be fair,
I think this is the last straw. No, he's gonna keep. He's already got a list of everything. He's gonna kill you in your sleep or something. Just leave the list on your body and go, "This is what I."
Yeah. No, well,
if it's not, fair enough.
If it's not clear and obvious, the police fucking just let it go, wouldn't they? No, mate, I haven't seen half the games this week. Neither have I, to be honest, Monkey. That's the first time I've seen. I mean, it's horrendous. I don't know how that's been overturned. I am honestly baffled.
Well, it wasn't overturned. That's what it was.
Huh?
It wasn't overturned.
Yeah, but that's my point. It should have been given.
You're saying you don't know how it wasn't overturned.
Oh, sorry.
It wasn't. Yeah.
I don't know how it wasn't a penalty.
I still don't know. That's yeah.
Get the screen up. The referee has a look at that himself, mate.
The screens are there.
I know they're there. I've heard they're there. But if he goes over to that screen and has a look himself, he gives that as a penalty, mate.
Yeah. What it is all the whiny pricks from the World Cup were like, oh, it takes so much time out of the game, oh, it kills the momentum of the game. What would you prefer, right decision or the momentum of the game?
It doesn't kill the. They're still killing the momentum of the game by doing what they're doing now. They're still
Exactly.
They're still stopping play. Pop after my rent is paid, I get Modern Warfare. Mine's already been dispatched apparently.
Mine has also been dispatched after having to tell Amazon that the card that they would try to take the money out of is expired.
I've had that before, mate. I nearly missed a fucking game because of that.
Yeah.
Can't remember
Well,
what
it
game
popped
it
up
was.
for me this morning. I'm like, why has it been declined? There's enough money on my account.
Yeah,
What have you
yeah,
done?
that's
And then I
right.
looked at it,
They decline it, don't they? That's right.
and it
I
comes up
had the
payment
same
declined.
thing.
I'm like, wait, what? I've got money in my account. What's happened to that? So I was like, oh, and then I checked it, and I was like, oh, hang on a sec. It's using my old card that I changed it. I deleted off the account.
Monkey's gonna buy his digitally.
That word? You gonna say it? Oh,
Yeah, I got it. I got there in the end.
got it. How many tries? 4?
6. Right. Right. Is that enough? That's enough of VAR now,
I think
isn't
that's
it?
enough. I think
That's enough of
I think
VAR.
we've done that.
We've agreed, mate, that it needs a lot of work, doesn't it?
Alright. In my eyes, I think it's just.
We're not getting the right decisions though, are we?
I think they need to let them just use the screens.
I think we had a lot more correct decisions in the World Cup, in my
If the
opinion.
referee can view it back, he can actually go, you know what, I think that's, you know.
Yeah, I don't think that we're at a 90% rate anymore. Like in the World Cup, mate, I think it was 90% of the decisions were given correctly, weren't they, in the end?
I think, even though this week, what have we got? We got 3 that we disagree on, out of what was it? So it was a good
quite a few,
10,
10.
12. So, I mean, 70% obviously isn't great, but it's still the majority of stuff we reckon it's got right.
Yeah, fair one. Fair one. Right. Let's move on to other interesting stuff. Now, some of this isn't football related. It's because me and Jakey are fucking overexcited. Well, we probably already made that a little bit clear with our quick little chat just now. Is it ever going to change or what? What's going on here?
It's changed.
There we go. Okay, so other interesting stuff. So this is one from Jakey. Jakey figured this one out.
I didn't figure it out or watch the draw live.
Watch Draw Live. Go for it, Jakey. Did you do any homework on him? Because I've done some homework on him. If you haven't got anything.
I haven't done any homework on him.
Okay.
I just know from when I was watching the draw live, anyone that was interested, Torquay drew away to Maidstone United. But there was 5. So the last team that were coming out of the hat got a bye to the second round and got the prize money.
Oh wow, did they?
Due to they get the prize money as well, yeah.
That's
due
pretty
to
cool.
Bury being expelled from the competition and the league and whatnot.
Right, is that the reason why? Is it?
That's why they got the bite, yeah. Because there'll be because there's supposed to be 48 teams from the league,
right?
And then the amount of teams that come in from non-league then make up the first round draw. I know Chichester actually donated. Chichester are the team there, the crest.
Yep.
They donated some of their prize money actually back to Bury.
Oh, did they?
So obviously, yeah.
What, as in like the town itself, or?
As in the club.
Well, there isn't a club.
Technically, there is still a club. The club's not
Mugs.
been disbanded.
Absolute mugs. They're trying to get them back in the football league, aren't they? I remember there was something.
The club's not been disbanded.
Wait.
It's not a dead club. It's still alive.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I mean, the heart's not beating, but it's still. So Chichester are actually the lowest ranked team that went into the first round of the FA Cup, and they're the ones that got a bye. I'll tell you what. There was 5 teams left. 4 of them were league teams, and 1 of them was Chichester. And I was there like, come on, let Chichester have the bye. Let Chichester have the bye. When it cut, so they did it live at Malden and Tiptree, which is another club that made it to the first round for the first time.
Right.
That place, they had a few people from some of like the low-level clubs, including Chichester's goalkeeper. I believe, was it a striker? I can't remember. One of their players was there, and the players, everyone started cheering when Chichester got the bye.
That's brilliant.
Obviously, there was 4 league teams.
That is brilliant.
So glad it didn't go to a league team.
So yeah, that's pretty cool to be fair. So I've done a little bit of homework, nothing major, mate. So I know that they play in the Isthmian. Is that the right way of saying it?
That
Isthmian.
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Isthmian South East League, and they are currently 8th in that division. So that's how low down they are. So yeah, I had a little look. They've got quite a nice pitch. I had a look at their pitch. I had a look at their stadium.
What
Um,
what tier of English football is that? Do you know?
I don't know, mate. Ismethian is below obviously the National League.
Definitely, it's definitely there.
It's above.
Just,
I
football club.
think it's probably going to be 7, 6.
Let me have a let's see if I can find it. What tier it is?
What tier are Torquay? Because they're in the
Torquay
Conference Premier, aren't
tier
they?
5.
I reckon it's 7, mate.
Well, technically Torquay. Well, it depends on how you look at it. Of non-league, Torquay are tier 1. Of
Oh no, I mean in general, because obviously counting the Premier League, so it's tier 5,
yeah.
yeah. So I think it's 7, mate. They're in the because I would say that there's probably an
I
Ismethian
think I think they're more than that.
Premier.
I think it might even be 8.
8, is it? So I would
Yeah.
say there's an Ismethian Premier as well. I would have thought.
Yeah, it's level 7 and 8.
There
The
you go.
Premier Division is level 7,
So yeah, they're
and
8
then
then,
they're in the 8. They're in the 8th tier of English football,
and they're 8th.
and they're 8th. They're 8th in the 8th tier of English football.
There you go. There's some
Yeah,
interesting news.
in case anyone cared.
No one cares about this. This is just for our fucking sake. This is joking. Um.
This one's
This one's actually quite funny. So, Rodri gets injured. This is in the Champions League game. Rodri gets injured, right? So, Pep Guardiola wants John Stones to come on. He's not ready. He ain't got nothing on, right? Now, Pep Guardiola has an absolute hissy fit. You can see him there, look, just in front of Otamendi. I think it's
Oh yeah, I
Otamendi.
see him.
Yeah, with his head in his hands, look. He's absolutely livid, mate. Right? Now, what that makes me really laugh about this, right, is he fucks off back down the stairs, and a little clip later on, right, John Stones and David Silva are laughing their tits off about it. While John Stones is still trying to get his shin pads on. The thing is, though, right, I don't understand why Pep's mad, because it's the same every time. Your defenders, or say defenders, your players aren't ready when they're on the sideline. They don't keep shin pads on and all that sort of nonsense because it's probably uncomfortable. He probably didn't expect to play. Yo, how's it going, Darren? Welcome to the stream, dude. He probably didn't expect to play, so he's probably not ready for that fact. But he went mental, mate, because he felt that John Stones was taking too long to get ready. Which I thought was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then finally, Modern Warfare is out this Friday. That is interesting stuff. I've got to be honest. Babe, you're looking forward to Modern Warfare, aren't you? Yeah, see?
Chew's a bit excited about it.
I am very excited about it. I'm not going to lie. Right, moving swiftly on. Week 11 results. I yet again got beaten by Jakey. Don't fucking nod like that, Jakey, you bastard. Right, so Everton versus West Ham. Both of us went for a nice West Ham win because Everton have obviously been playing poorly. That wasn't to be.
Everton pulled it out of the hat.
Everton have pulled it out of the hat and they've got another victory. So that completely and utterly screwed mine and Jakey up for the first one. Aston Villa versus Brighton. We both went for a... Oh, no, we didn't. You went for an Aston Villa 3-1. I went for a Brighton win. I actually thought Brighton would do this, but obviously it wasn't to be. Brighton won 2-1. Villa won 2-1, sorry. Jakey got 2 points. Bournemouth versus Norwich. We both went for Bournemouth wins. And it was a fucking 0-0 draw. So Jakey got a consolation point with a 0. Chelsea Newcastle. We both thought it was going to be fairly hefty win for Chelsea. Turned out wasn't to be. Only 1-0. Glad I didn't take a punt on Abraham being captain this week. Although saying that, I put Aubameyang as captain. That didn't quite work out either.
I forgot to check. Well, no, I changed
did.
it. I didn't confirm it.
Yeah, I
So
gathered
it
that,
kept
mate.
Mount as the captain.
When I saw that Mount was the captain, I was like...
It turns out no one got any points out this week anyway.
Yeah.
So
But when I
the
saw
only
it, I was
person
like,
who got points was Lundstram.
Jakey hasn't changed it, which is weird, because he said he was going to.
I did. I thought I changed it literally after I saw the slides that you sent me.
Yeah, like you say, you must have not confirmed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chelsea won 1-0. So Jakey gets a point. I got 2 points for correct outcome and the 0 for Newcastle. Leicester versus Burnley. Both went for Leicester wins. I got it bang on correct, which gives me a big fat 5 points. Jakey got the 1 for the correct outcome. Tottenham versus Watford. I've just realised I haven't got this up, have I? I had Aguero captain and he didn't play. Yeah, but didn't it change it to your vice captain? It went to Sterling, surely.
It would have gone it to the vice captain then.
Pretty sure it was Sterling. John Stones named Atalanta like Atalanta and said they've been researched.
Atalanta like Atlanta, because Atlanta's
the
the
American
Antonio
place,
Lesson,
isn't it? Yeah. Where was I? Tottenham versus Watford. Both went for Tottenham wins, and they drew. And to be fair, after watching those replays, should have been a fucking Watford win. Jakey got a point. I got 0 points. Wolves versus Southampton. Jakey went for a draw. Went for a 1-0 Wolves win, and it turned out to be a draw. 5 points for Jakey. 1 point for me for getting the 1 correct. Crystal Palace versus Man City. We both went for a 3-1. It was 2-0. Both got a point. Correct outcome. Man United Liverpool. Jakey went for a 1-0 Liverpool. I went for a 3-0 Liverpool. And Man United pulled it out of the bag. It's a fucking good point for them.
Just say Man United were probably the better team as well for a good 60 minutes.
I'd agree with that, mate. Like, Liverpool didn't know what to do with them. Totally agree with that.
Fused by their formation and everything.
Yeah, I watched the game and I totally agree with you. I couldn't agree more, mate. I agree. Yeah, it went to Sterling, which got me 5 extra points. But honestly, even though Jesus scored, I know Aguero would always be better than him. Aguero's like, I feel as though he's coming out of that squad now. I feel as though Jesus is going to be used more now. But who knows? And then Sheffield United versus Arsenal. Both went for Arsenal wins. What a fucking mistake that was. 1-0 to Sheffield United. And overall, probably the correct result, even though the decisions weren't correct. Or one of the decisions. But it's probably a fair result, to be honest. We were dog shit. Although Henderson played really, really well, the keeper. I mean, he pulled off an unbelievable save.
He's a really good keeper.
Pulled off an unbelievable save, mate, from a Xhaka strike from outside the area. Mate,
I
thought it was in. Mate, where did he come from? It's almost like Superman. But yeah, great save. Great save.
Good keeper.
Very good keeper. I was thoroughly impressed. The first game that I've watched a whole game with him in, and I was thoroughly impressed with him.
Well, he was really good against Liverpool. He made that one mistake, and then it's not.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, it's a real shame that is, because for a young goalkeeper, it could have knocked his confidence. Luckily, it hasn't, because he was outstanding against us. So, literally seeing Aguero slowly being dropped by Jesus is not nice to see. Such a good striker in here. I think he needs to. I think he needs to move on now, mate. I think. I still think he's good enough to play top flight football. I just think that Man City themselves have probably got other ideas now. I don't think Aguero fits it. He's still an unbelievable striker, though, and I think, well, we'll take him. Fuck me.
I think Aguero
Pepe can't hit a barn door.
I think Aguero's always still struggles with injuries and stuff, doesn't he?
That's the problem.
So you just can't keep.
You can't rely on him, can you?
And let's face it, Jesus is no slouch. He's a very good player.
Jesus is very good, mate.
He was lucky with his goal because it come off his shoulder. He misheaded it. Off his shoulder and went in.
That was the same as David Luiz's though against who was that against? Burnley? Can't remember now.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, predictions for this week. It will flick over in a minute.
You may notice that Chewy's realised he's being beaten by me, so he just did a bit of the old Control-C, Control-V for some of my scores.
Yeah, mate, this was really funny because obviously I sent a picture to Jakey because basically what I do is Jakey sends me through his scores. I don't even look at them, to be honest. And then what I do is when I'm doing the slides for this, I put in my scores and then I go back to Facebook and put in Jakey's scores. And when I was putting them in, literally the first 4 were all the same, and I'm like, wait a minute, this can't be. And then I looked at the next result and I was like, oh, thank fuck for that. And I literally messaged, I took a picture of it for Jakey to see. I wasn't cheating, that like all my results were already in. But yeah, it was quite funny. So for the first four, Jakey, I'll just rattle off what we've both decided to do, shall I? So Southampton versus Leicester, we've both gone for a 2-0 win to Leicester. Man City versus Villa, we've both gone for a 3-0 win for Man City. Brighton versus Everton. The really weird thing is how the fuck have we conjured up a 1-1 draw? Right?
Got the same result in this one.
How fucking bizarre. And then we've both decided that Bournemouth are going to beat Watford 2-1. I mean, you can't write this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the first four are all the fucking same. After that, it starts getting a little bit different. So West Ham versus Sheffield United, Jakey?
Well, I thought, with Sheffield United beating Arsenal, you might have actually predicted them to get something out of this game, But no, 0-0, ball draw.
I've gone for a West Ham 1-0. I think that West Ham are very inconsistent at the moment. They've obviously had their slip up against Everton. I think that they will beat Sheffield United at their own. Sheffield United aren't great on the road. They're okay at Bramall Lane. They're not
They've done well against Chelsea, by the way.
They did do okay against Chelsea, but I think I think that West Ham should probably beat them. Burnley versus Chelsea.
We always speak about how hard Burnley are to break down, so that's why I've gone with 2-1.
I've gone for 3-1. I do agree with you. I think Burnley are very tricky to break down. I think at the moment Chelsea are probably one of the most underrated teams in the Premier League at the moment, in my opinion. I think they're doing very, very well with a very, very young side. I think Lampard. I mean, you would argue that maybe Lampard isn't the one that's picking the team in the sense that like the team's kind of picking itself, but I disagree with that because he's got a lot of first-team players that he's overriding with youngsters. Mount, Hudson-Odoi now's come through. Tammy Abraham. I mean, any other manager would probably go with Giroud all day, but Lampard's been brave here and putting in the youngsters. I think
kept Tammy Abraham in even at the start of the season when he was missing a few chances.
Yeah, I think that Lampard has actually done a really good job here at Chelsea this season. I didn't expect it. I thought Chelsea would really, really struggle this year and be like mid-table at best. But they've especially with losing Hazard. But he's well, I take my hat off and hold my hands up, say, yeah, I was wrong. Lampard's doing a really good job.
I thought Lampard would do a good job, but I still didn't think that they would.
I thought
do
that
as
he
well
might.
As what they're doing so far.
Yeah, I thought that he would need like another transfer window purely because he didn't get one this time round.
Well, he still hasn't got one. I think they're still banned with windows, so he won't have anything until the summer.
Yeah, I think they were okay until the summer, aren't they? So that's what I thought. I thought that mid-table, stay by him, don't fucking sack him, and let him at least have a transfer window to go and buy some players. But I think what he's done so far, you could probably argue that they don't even need anybody. Probably need to strengthen at the back, and that's probably about it.
That's what they just need to do, is get something a bit better in
I
defence.
think going forward, I think they're probably one of the most exciting teams in the Premier League other than Liverpool at the moment. Well, I suppose you could put Arsenal in there.
Man City are really exciting going forwards.
Man City, there's Chelsea are definitely up there, and they deserve the position they're at, even though they're all youngsters. I think they're doing really well. Newcastle versus Wolves. Oh look, another one the same.
Chewy's pulled out the copy and paste again.
so we've both gone for a 2-0 Wolves. Newcastle were tripe, didn't they, this year?
I don't know what you're on about.
Oh, they are tripe.
They were really good against United.
They were very good against United, to be fair. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace.
I've gone for a controversial one, yeah. I've gone with 2-2. Palace are really good away, especially to the teams in the Big Six.
Do you know what? I see where you're going with it, mate. I think, again, though, Arsenal are like West Ham at the moment. Very inconsistent. I mean, we were lucky to get a point off of the Watford game. That was a very inconsistent game. It seems to be like 1 in 3 at the moment. It seems to be inconsistent for Arsenal. We've had that mishap against Sheffield United. I think that they'll come out firing against Victoria tomorrow. And then I probably would say that they'll beat Crystal Palace. I think it'll be close though, mate. I think 2-1. I don't think we're going to get any clean sheets here for Arsenal. Being at the Emirates as well, we're doing all right at home. It's our away form again. Fucking terrible. So I've gone for a 2-1, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jakey's result's correct, to be honest with you. Liverpool versus Spurs.
I made this prediction before Spurs won 5-0, but I still think Liverpool will win 3-1 anyway. I think
Yeah,
Liverpool has enough game against United.
I also made this prediction. Did I make these predictions today? Can't remember when I sent you the photo. I think it was today, wasn't it?
You sent me a photo earlier on today, yeah.
Yeah, so that's when I put them in. I didn't know at that point that Tottenham had won 5-0 myself either, but I still think that Liverpool would be too good for them. 2-0 to Liverpool, I've gone for. And then Norwich versus United.
Norwich, although they haven't won or done anything real much since they beat City, but they did beat City at home, and I reckon they're going to try and get that out of United, which is why I've gone with a 1-1.
Yeah, I think that Carrow Road is a very tricky place to go to.
Saying that, Villa did beat him 5-1 there, so
I think United is going to walk away with this one. I think Norwich have started really, really well, but I think that they are now at the point where I thought they would be, and I don't see them coming back anytime soon. So I've gone for a 2-0 Man United win, plus the fact United getting a draw off of Liverpool is a fantastic result. So their tails are going to be up.
That was the best United have played since
Man United,
Chelsea.
really good, mate. So
Since
I think
the second half against Chelsea. So
I think Man United are going to have their tails up now. So I would say that we're going to see a victory again this week. I saw a fact on Sky Sports that Wenger's last 40-something games has a better record with wins, clean sheets and goals scored than Emery's first 40 games. Do you know what, mate? Until this weekend just gone, or Monday just gone, their record was exactly the same. So Wenger's last 40 games was exactly the same as Emery's first 40 games. We had the same points, same away victories. Nothing's changed for me, mate. I want to stand by Emery because I like some of the signings he's bringing in, minus Pepe.
he's a great signing.
Oh, he's terrible.
That was a good effort against Sheffield United there.
Mate, he didn't even make contact. He didn't even make contact. The ball went through his legs.
I thought he made contact, but just completely missed it, and it hit.
Oh, mate,
I mean, it went out for a throw.
It was rubbish. Nothing's changed, mate. We are still frail at the back. Do you know what really annoys me though? Right, we've got Bellerin on the bench in that game. We've got Tierney on the bench in that game. We've got Rob Holding on the bench in that game. So there is no reason for us to have played a weakened.
They still come back from injury though.
Well, they've all played. They've all played minutes, mate.
They'll play minutes. Ooh.
They come on against. They come on in the Europa League, mate. So that's a competitive game at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, should be. Yeah, getting back.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Right, next up. Right, I've been knocked off for 4th spot now. Fucking Claire the bitch. But to be fair, everyone had a very average week this week. I think
because literally no one got any points.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really.
Say Lundstram was my highest on because he got a clean sheet bonus.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really picked up many points throughout the whole thing. I mean, I've
the highest got 50, but you know, I mean, I only got about 20 points.
I think I only got 20-ish, somewhere around there. I can't remember exactly how many. I have made one change this week, and that is I've taken Lloris out because he's dropping in money. So I've swapped him out quickly before he drops anymore, because obviously he's not likely to play again this season. So I've gone for like a really, really cheap but playing goalkeeper.
You're wrong.
Huh?
He doesn't play.
Oh, he's got a little bit of form, so I gathered he did play. But he was just cheap.
He's played once.
Oh, good form for one game.
It's Norwich's third choice keeper. He conceded 5, but he saved a penalty, so he got like 9 points.
How's that good form? Anyway, I wasn't really bothered, mate. I'm sticking with Patricio for the minute.
Yeah.
Because I think the next run of games for
I haven't
Wolves...
actually made any transfers this week, I don't think.
The next run of game for Wolves ain't too shabby, so I've stuck with Patricio for a minute, but I probably will look at another keeper at some point. So I've just got in a duff keeper that isn't likely to get swapped out for Patricio, basically. Plus, Patricio is picking up quite a hefty set of points week in, week out at the moment, so he's in fair amount of form. In fact, well, Wolves are coming into form a little bit now as well.
Yeah, let's keep a few clean sheets.
So yeah, I dropped down to 5th. I think I'm only like, I think it's only by about 5 points or something stupid. It's not really a lot. But yeah, crap week for me, crap week for you, crap week for Monkey. I think it's been average for everyone, really, isn't it? I think we'll see the points in the next window now. So you've not made any changes. I do like your Callum Wilson idea, though. I like that. I have got to say, Pookie is about to get transferred. I am about to get rid of him. Because Norwich have done nothing for weeks now. He's going.
Yeah, get rid of him next week, and then he's going to score a hat trick for me. I'll put him back in my team after you get rid of him.
I've got a bag full of money as well, so I'm gonna get like a right nasty striker. I don't know who yet, but
Callum Wilson's cheap.
Callum Wilson is cheap.
Yeah, I took Kane out and put him in, and then I think I had enough then to get
Mane, was it?
I feel like it was where I got Mane in.
Yeah, it looks like it might have been.
Yeah.
Right. Next up, the fantasy table. Is it 9 points? Yeah, it is 9 points, isn't it? But yeah, it's 9. I'm 9 points off. But I mean, the best result really is Claire. I know that Flatty got an absolute haul. But yeah, Claire.
He's only 8 down on you now.
Yeah,
last week.
Yeah, don't worry about that. He won't stay there.
Apex got 56.
Yeah,
He's done nothing on it since the first week.
Don't worry about them idiots. Yeah, so Claire got the biggest haul, which is good for her. 47 when everyone else is like, 30 or below. I mean, Monkey got
31 to be fair.
Yeah, you have, mate.
So I looked at the average. What's the average for this week?
I don't know.
Give me a sec.
Can't see it being a lot. I've got some money as well. All Monkey's got some money.
The average for this week jumped up after Sheffield United. I think lots of people got Lundstrom in.
Yeah, because he's so cheap, or was so cheap, wasn't he, at the start?
Yeah. When he's picking up lots of points, he actually plays in midfield.
Oh,
but he's put down as a defender on here, so he gets the assists.
Oh, okay.
And he's picked up a few assists, and then gets the extra points for the clean sheet as well.
Oh, okay. I didn't realise he was a midfielder.
Yeah. But no, actually, the average was 37 this week.
So Monkey's a little bit above that.
I was above it beforehand, but obviously.
So that's 10 points off me. I mean, it's not been a great week for anyone really. I mean, we're all really
37 average is very low. You usually look at around the 45s for the averages.
I didn't know he played midfield. That's actually.
I'm sure he plays in midfield. Let me have a quick look.
Yeah, he does. Monkey just said he plays. Monkey just said he plays midfield as well.
So I'm pretty certain he played Liverpool 2-0. He played in midfield against Everton when he got the assist.
Is he a holding midfielder?
I don't really know, to be honest. I've not really seen any of their games yet.
They're a feisty bunch, mate.
I just know he plays in midfield. Well, they've got to be.
They're solid as well. Solid.
Updates on the scores. Liverpool are 2-0 up, and Slavia Prague is now 2-1 to Barca. Slavia Prague did equalise.
A couple of seasons back, mate, Barcelona wiped the floor with Slavia Prague.
Well, they're not as good as what they once were.
Just a normal centre mid, is he? Fair enough. Alright, that's it for this week. It's a quick one this week.
Well, we didn't digress for about a month.
No, we didn't digress. Look what happens when we don't digress, Jakey. It actually takes us an hour less.
To be fair, sometimes we don't digress. We just talk bullshit about the subject.
It is true. It is true. I think
45 minutes.
We've actually been really good boys tonight. We've stayed on subject and actually got through it. I'm sure next week will be different.
Yep.
Something will happen where we are going on about it for absolute hours. I'm sure.
I think last week we went on about racism for an hour and a half.
Dad, to be fair, mate, I think it took us. You're right, mate. I think it took us about an hour to get off the first slide, didn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose that's just the thing. I mean, the VAR thing is obviously, you know, we covered enough in it anyway.
We covered it as much as we could.
Yeah, do you know what, Flawless? I found that very odd as well, mate. I feel like you might have copied me. Now, because we both put Tamori in last week, I think it was. But obviously, Monkey don't show me his team, so he looks at this and he looks at my team and thinks, I know, I'm going to copy Chewy. 'Cause Chewy obviously knows what he's doing down in 5th.
So he'll have Harry Wilson and Callum Wilson in there next week.
Mate, I've been toying with Harry Wilson for ages, but I don't know who to take. I wouldn't have known who to take out for him. I'm sticking by Saka at the moment because Saka's definitely got assists in him and stuff. You know. Yeah, I'm staying by Saka.
In fairness, since I've had Harry Wilson, he hasn't scored or got an assist. So.
Oh, there you go.
It's not worked out for me yet, but you know.
Yeah, Pookie's been like that for me. He's so angry. Isn't he?
I feel like he.
I don't know why. I don't know why he just doesn't admit that he copied me. Like, it's not hard.
Well, look, you just said you're keeping Saka. He's keeping Saka now as well. You know.
I'm keeping him for now. I'm going to give him a chance because he's really cheap, and I do believe he's got goals and assists in him. Obviously, the first game I saw him play was against Eintracht Frankfurt. He's on fire. He got the assist against United before me and Monkey put him in. So he's definitely got assists in him and goals in him. I just think he's a bit unfortunate with the type of teams we've played because we haven't really been that free-flowing apart from that Eintracht Frankfurt game. We haven't really played great, and I think once we do start playing good again, he will come good again. I think he'll be... If he pays off for us, Monkey, I think we would have got an absolute gem in the rough. I think he will pay off. It's just got to be patient with him, I think. But is he going to play now that Lacazette's fit? That's the big if.
Question.
That is a big if. Big if. Because I think they're going to go with Aubameyang out wide, Lacazette through the other side, and then, even though I think it should be Saka, because I think he's better than Pepe. Pepe's 70-odd million. You're not going to keep him on the bench, are you?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even have him on the bench with the performances he's been putting in so far.
Mate, he can't hit a barn door. He's only scored one goal, and that was a fucking penalty that Aubameyang should have had anyway. Aubameyang obviously felt like, you know, he needed to get off the mark and gave him a penalty. And helped him, though, is it?
Still hasn't got off the mark.
Still hasn't fucking got off the mark. By the way, if you want to see my team, just ask. But I thought he would do, well, Saka with Sheffield United, but never. I think the problem was, mate, is
Sheffield United are a tanky team. They're not going to give up anything.
Saka played really well, mate. I think the problem was is, do you know what, right? I would say that Saka was probably our most influential player. Pepe was doing okay and got into the right positions, but I thought Saka done okay. I thought he had an alright game. He was probably Arsenal's best player, in my opinion. Which is good. You know, considering they've got a 78 million fucking winger on the other side. Admittedly, Pepe's pace was absolutely blistering, but without, if he can't hit a barn door, there's no point in having him run past people. You know what I mean? There's no point, is it? Well, they got 300k a week, Özil's, on and off the bench. Mate, Özil can just rot in the reserves for all I care. I think Emery will see as a super sub if Laka is fit. Yeah, possibly, mate. I think he should play over Pepe, myself, and put him out on the right. I mean, I don't think there's any reason why Saka can't play out the right. I'm pretty sure he's right-footed. And even if he's not, cutting in on the left isn't too much of an hardship. Anyway, he did that against... I think he played out on the right. No, he played on the left against Eintracht Frankfurt. But he scored his goal coming in from the right. So, yeah. And he got an assist in that game as well. But, hey, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'd like to see him still play. I don't think... I'd like to obviously see him, Lacazette and Aubameyang myself. Although Martinelli's looking fiery as well, you know. I think we'll see this Thursday. If Saka plays this Thursday, that means that he won't be playing on Saturday. So just bear that in mind, Flawless, if you need to change your team around, mate. If Saka plays on Thursday, as in starts Thursday, that means he won't start on Saturday. I just see Emery seems to do this. with the youngsters. So like Willock, for instance, if he starts this week in the Europa League, it means he won't start on Saturday. I think it'll be Ceballos. So depends who he goes with. So if he starts Ceballos, you'll probably see Willock play this Saturday. Seems to be rotating it like that at the moment. So we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, just bear that in mind, Monkey. If Saka starts tomorrow night, mate, I would say he's probably not going to start on the weekend. So like me, I would get him out. Pop him on the bench, but pop him on first place, mate, just in case someone else doesn't play, just in case. But yeah, that's what I would say. Right, that's it. We are done, Jakey. End of stream. An hour and 15 minutes. That's probably our quickest one yet, which is fantastic. You look knackered, boy. You need to go and get some rest.
I'm not that bad, actually.
You alright, mate? Right, that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for joining in, and I will catch you next time. I will start popping up streams every now and again now, guys. I've had a bit of a problem with my neck, so I haven't really been in the mood to stream. I fucked my neck playing football on a Saturday. But it seems pretty good. I played tonight. Seems okay. Scored a hat-trick. So I'm back on fire. I've got feet like a god, but fitness of a fucking elephant.
Elephants are going to be quite fit. You imagine their weight that they've got to bring around with them.
Yeah, mate. They don't go anywhere very fast, though, do they?
Well, I mean, if they're running, they do.
Yeah, well, they only run if they fucking need to.
Exactly.
They don't do it for a recreational sport, Jakey, do they? We're digressing again now. Right. I'll catch you later, everyone. Bye-bye for now.